been working out at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. By 8 o'clock at night, he goes to bed. He gets up early, he runs. He's really done his work. However, he gets sleepy about 8 or 8:30 at night. For Camacho, on the other hand, he's been trying to stay up later to get accustomed to the Pacific time zone.
You know, it's odd as we await the start or the entrance. And here is, I believe it's Mancini. Yeah, it's too quiet to be Macho Camacho. As the music starts, and this is one of the moments that Boom Boom Mancini says he has missed the most. He is back in the spotlight. As soon as the crowd sees him, they will go wild. First time in 4 years.
And this is what every fighter misses that comes back. That walk to the ring before the fight. Every eyeball in this arena is on Ray Mancini.
This is an old rhythm and blues boogie-woogie number called Boom Boom Out Goes the Lights. All right.
He has won a championship for his father. This one versus Camacho. Mancini wants it himself. For the first time since February 16th, 1985, Boom Boom Mancini is back in the ring. He is now a 3-to-1 underdog. He says he turned down 7 title proposals to come out of retirement. He is coming back only for Camacho, his bitter enemy. They feuded for 5, 6 long years. He said when he was a champion in '82, there's this young kid coming up, going around insulting everybody. Hector Camacho, and that's where it started.
What a great feeling this is to be inside the ring. He's performing now. Now he's loosening up also. He's keeping his robe on to keep the warmth into his body, but he wants to get all loosened up for the first round. It would not surprise me whatsoever for him to go out and really let Camacho have it in the first round. What they want to do is establish who's boss early.
Mancini now awaits the entrance of Macho Camacho, who will have a big entourage. The fans have spotted Camacho, and he lives for this moment. A little more serious than we anticipated.
Very much more serious. No smile on his face. He looks focused. He's concentrating. He got up for this fight. He's trained harder, he told me, for this fight than any fight he's ever had. What time is it, he says. And his trainers reply, it's Macho time. Not many of the crowd says that, though.
Maria Camacho knows it's Macho time. And now, Macho Camacho, Toreador, doing a 360, a new wrinkle. He's a showman. He likes to dazzle the crowd. Looking to win some over right here.
He's wearing his Matador costume, and that's the way he wants to fight this fight. The Bull Mancini against the Matador, Hector Macho Camacho.
And Macho always into making a fashion statement. And we'll see if any psyching out goes on here in the ring. The corners making sure they're between these two. Could you imagine this feud has built up for 6, 7 years, and now they are finally meeting.
I think it's finally going to happen, yes.
Camacho feels he's in the best shape of his career. A career that slipped the last few years. And this fight, he hopes, puts him back on track. There is the tail of the tape. Camacho coming down from 162. That's where he started training about 2 months ago. And Mancini getting up to 139. Camacho with the reach advantage. And it's a question, who is in better shape?
And it's a question of who fights whose fight as we look at the WBO rules.
10-point must system. In effect, 3 judge scoring the bout. No standing 8 count. 3 knockdown rule is in effect. The fighter cannot be saved by the bell except in the last round. It is a 12-round fight. And now for the introductions. Let's go to our ring announcer, Michael Butler.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Here to sing the anthem of Puerto Rico, Mr. Juan Manuel Lebron. La tierra de Borinquen, donde he nacido yo, es un jardín florido de mágico primor. Un cielo siempre nítido le sirve de dosel y dan arrullos plácidos las olas a sus pies. Cuando a sus playas llegó Colón, exclamó lleno de admiración: esta es la linda tierra que busco yo. Es Borinquen la hija del mar y el sol, 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 del mar y el sol.
The booing, not for the singing of the Puerto Rican anthem, but the booing directed towards Macho Camacho.
Gary and Sandy.
Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of God great.
Gary and Sandy. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the featured bout of the evening. It's presented by Momentum Enterprises, Lou Falsigno, President, and Entertainment by JJ Incorporated. With the approval of the Nevada State Athletic Commission, Chairman Dr. Elias Ghanem, Commissioners Dwayne Ford, Freddie Little, Jay Nady, and Dr. James Nave, Executive Director Chuck Minker. Physicians at ringside, Dr. James McLennan, Dr. John Wickham, Dr. Edward Dene. The timekeepers, Jim Carpenter, Steve Menzel, and John Rogers. Representing the World Boxing Organization is Alberto Aleman of Panama. The judges for this bout, Keith McDonald, Doug Tucker, and Chuck Jampa. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the biggest little city in the world, Reno, Nevada, let's get ready to rumble! 12 rounds for the WBO Junior Welterweight Championship. The referee for this bout, working in a world title bout for the 37th time, is Mills Lane. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the gold trunks and weighing in at an even 140 pounds. Originally from Spanish Harlem, now living and training and fighting out of Big Cypress Indian Reservation in Florida, with a professional record of 34-0, 17 KOs. He's a two-time world champion. Ladies and gentlemen, the Macho Man, Hector Camacho. the red corner. Wearing the red trunks with green trim, he weighs an even 139 pounds. From Youngstown, Ohio, 29 victories, 23 by KO against only 3 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, the former lightweight champion of the world, Ray Mancini!
In the dressing room. Remember, protect yourself at all times. Any question from Mr. Camacho, she's second. Any question, Mr. Mancini, she's second. Let's get it on, come on.
The final instructions from veteran referee Mills Lane. And ladies and gentlemen, finally, Ray Mancini and Hector Camacho in the ring. Face to face.
Both of them are loosened up and they've both broken a sweat. This fight's going to heat up quickly.
The strategy, both have played this fight over and over in their minds for the last 5-6 years. And it has not changed from 5-6 years ago to tonight. Mancini wants to come straight forward at Camacho. He's looking for his left.
And Mancini has to cut off the ring on Camacho. He cannot allow Camacho to dance around in circles. This is a big ring, so he's going to have to step way over.
Camacho and Mancini. Mancini, who threw about 110 punches around, and Camacho says, well, we'll be throwing it air. He wants to show him a lot of movement. And as we go along, Sean, you take a look at both fighters. Tell me a little bit about the rust that Mancini's trying to take off, and tell me where Camacho is compared to his last few fights. Mancini, first fight in 4 years. Remember, Camacho has only fought about 5 times in the last 3.5 years, so he also has a little bit of the rust.
Mancini has a lot of ring rust, however, not as much as usual, because, let's face it, he's still a young man. He's celebrating his 28th birthday
Saturday. Remember, Mancini, the champion at the age of 21, retired at the tender age of 23. Macho Camacho, also a champ at 21, holds 2 titles, super featherweight and the lightweight title. This is a feeling out process.
Mancini has got Lenny on the front of his trunks. Lenny, of course, his father.
Well-documented story, winning the lightweight championship, beating Arturo Frias in 1982, but he says, this one is for me. I want Camacho. I've waited long enough for this one. A very serious look on the face of Macho Camacho, who takes a right.
Both of their faces are very serious. For Mancini, I expect him to go to the body in his first few rounds. Good straight left hand by Hector Camacho.
To the disadvantage of Mancini, the size of this ring. At least 20 feet, we measured it closer to 21. And also the pounding that he has taken in the past. The ability to cut. I don't know if you call it ability, but the tendency to cut on Mancini's part. And you know, Camacho is just going to look to get in, get out, and work to the face.
And Mancini does have some redness around the outside orbital of the right eye from training.
And it'll just take a little while to let it set in. But these 2 fighters are finally in the ring. This isn't a video computer fight. They are matched up, face to face, nose to nose.
And now they're heating it up.
Camacho actually staying away here. Mancini has him in the corner. Camacho scores to the right and then spins away nicely.
And Camacho, that's the way he wants to fight. That's why he came in with the bull outfit.
Oh, Camacho is caught by a left. No tune-up after 4 years off for Mancini. Goes right.
Bueno, un primer round. No se puede decir mucho de él. Simplemente que Camacho toreando a su rival y tratando de hacerlo fallar para colocar sus golpes de riposta. Esa es la intención marcada de Camacho que se ha visto. Y además la preocupación en la esquina de Mancini con respecto a las cejas. Y ya han estado observándole de cerca porque en los entrenamientos ya hubo una pequeña herida. Quiere esto decir que esa es la parte negativa de Mancini, lo ha sido en toda su carrera.
Straight right hand to the body.
Camacho thinks that Mancini's style made to order. He feels his style is easy to maneuver, either counter or get out of the way, but that's Camacho 4 years ago. And we're going to see here tonight how close he is to have returned to that era. And he was one of the greats.
And this is just the way Hector Camacho wants to fight. He wants to keep moving, keep on the run, keep away from Ray Mancini. If they get inside, Camacho clinches. Lets the referee break him up.
Camacho now moving more in the second round, up on his toes, keeping the distance from Mancini. Mancini straight on. You know his strategy.
And look at that movement from Camacho. Now what Mancini has to do to kill that movement is take the legs out from under Hector Camacho by going downstairs to the body.
Mancini actually thinks that Camacho is a better fighter now. He thinks he's more complete before, you know, he give you all that flash. But made a lot of mistakes, taking a lot of chances because of his great speed. He says now he feels, watching the tapes of Camacho's last fights, that he's settled down. He picks his shot better. Camacho keeping his distance, looking in for his shots.
Right there, Ray cut off the ring. That's how he's going to corner up Hector Camacho. He just takes a step over to either his right or his left, whichever Camacho's going.
Mancini has Camacho on the ropes, but Camacho is straight right to get away. Camacho knows that ring, and again slips away from a barrage from Mancini. Here's the time remaining in round 2. It is scheduled for 12 for the WBO junior welterweight title. And this could be just the start of the classic confrontations.
Oh, and this crowd don't like Hector Camacho fighting and running.
Camacho holding behind the head of Mancini.
And gets a warning from referee Mills Lane.
When this fight was put together, many experts felt it was a joke.
Con permiso, ¿este asiento está ocupado?
Yo lo veo vacío.
Ok, jefe, da una medalla.
Ajá, por lo menos tiene buen gusto.
¿Cómo? ¿Cómo?
No, que anoche pasé un susto.
2-0.
Medalla, cerveza, cerveza y nada más.
Ven acá, ¿tú siempre eres así de ingeniosa?
No, solo cuando alguien me cae bien chévere.
Se empató el juego. Jefe, 2 medallas.
Well, he is working the crowd, trying to his advantage. Looked like 2 against 1 right there. Camacho taking his eye off Mancini. Third round action. Mancini now looking to pick up the pace. He goes right after Macho Camacho.
Now Camacho cannot lose that concentration of his game plan. He's got to be like the matador against the bull. He's got to keep moving. If he sets down and loses concentration 1 second, Mancini will nail it and this fight could be over.
The chant of boom, boom from Mancini. Camacho, 34-0, 17 knockouts. Mancini, a record of 29-3. His 3 losses, twice to Livingstone Bramble, once to Alexis Arguello. That's the only fight he was down. 23 knockouts for Mancini. 17 of them within the first 3 rounds, and we're in round number 3. Camacho down once last June in the first round to Reyes Cruz. And Mancini also down early against Arturo Frias and came around and knocked Frias out to win the title in '82. So 2 fights that Mancini has been down.
Here's something that could play a factor. Hector Camacho has been training in Lake Tahoe, some 60 miles up the road. 6,500 feet altitude. Now he's coming down to Reno, where it's 4,500 feet altitude. He should have more wind because of that. In comparison, Ray Mancini has been training in Las Vegas at 3,000 feet altitude. He's moving up to 4,500.
Can you make a judgment as far as the rust we were talking about that Ray Mancini had to work through in the opening rounds?
Well, Ray Mancini has missed a lot of shots in these first several rounds. However, that's Ray Mancini. He missed a lot of shots when 4 years ago. He throws a lot of punches. He misses some. The more you throw, the more you're going to land. And Hector Camacho is extremely elusive. Very difficult to hit him and get a clean shot on him.
So far, is this a better Camacho than you have seen the last couple of years?
It looks like he's now the Camacho of old. This is the Camacho that we all got excited about, the movement. Look at that, out of that corner. What beautiful spinning outside that corner. He was trapped in there and he worked his way out.
And he gets out again. Mancini encouraged when he saw Camacho go down for the first time in his career in fight number 33 against Cruz last June. And here is Mancini trying to track down the elusive Macho Man. And that is the...
Cuando le toque servir, sirva Finlandia, el vodka amigo de grano fino. Finlandia es importada, preferida por aquellos que poseen un gusto exquisito. Finlandia es elaborada con granos selectos y aguas puras de glaciar. Finlandia comparte sus mejores momentos. Para un éxito seguro, cuando le toque servir, sirva Finlandia.
El trofeo para ti y Finlandia para mí.
En el First Federal queremos saludar a todos esos grandes soñadores que se esfuerzan toda una vida por realizar sus ilusiones. Y continuaremos ofreciéndole préstamos convenientes para convertir cada ilusión en una feliz realidad. First Federal.
Toda una vida trabajando para hacer su banco y realizar sus ilusiones.
First Federal. Vamos a hacer su banco.
Supportive now that he has decided to get back in the ring, but when he ended it right here in this ring 4 years ago after a war.
Bien, amigos, Héctor el Macho Camacho ha dominado los primeros 2 asaltos por su rapidez de manos y por su movimiento en el cuadrilátero. Sin embargo, en el pasado, en el tercer asalto, Bum Mancini logró cortar el cuadrilátero y combinando con su derecha y gancho de izquierda, cortó ese camino de Camacho y hasta el momento nosotros entendemos que dominó el tercer asalto. Las instrucciones de la esquina de Mancini, mano derecha y gancho de izquierda para combatir a Héctor el Macho Camacho.
Mancini pressing this fight. So elusive is Nacho Camacho. He's bending underneath those punches.
And there he saw he could not get out of the corner, so held effectively.
Fighting a smart fight is Hector Camacho. This is the way he knows how to fight, and he loves to fight. Said he was mad at Ray because of a special on television that his son saw, where Ray said that he was not a good role model for the kids.
Well, this is
Hector got very mad about that, said he was going to punish Ray because of that.
Certainly has been set up as the hero versus the villain. Hector Camacho says that his life has changed. No more tax problems, no family problems, facing no court cases. He's built a house in Florida. There's no desire to hang around discos anymore. Says his mother crashed a car recently, bought her a new car. He is taking care of business.
And John Villarreal in the corner of Hector Camacho said, I've never seen Hector work this hard. As Mancini lands a good right hand.
Both good for one another. They both mean dollars for one another. And they are both putting one another back in the spotlight. Macho Camacho getting roughly $1.5 million for this fight. Mancini with incentives and bonuses, which should be around the $1 million mark. Mancini says he turned down a $2 million fight in Canada against Barry McGuigan. And McGuigan's comeback turned down 7 title fights. He wanted only this one. Burning desire to finally get in the ring with Camacho.
And Murphy Griffith in his corner.
Stumble by Camacho. Was he shut? Now Camacho staying away. Was he nailed by Mancini? Did Mancini get one? And Mancini coming in with the elbow.
And another good right hand by Mancini. Camacho is standing flat-footed more.
He is hurt. Tries to hold on. Mancini has caught Camacho here in round 4.
And just for a second here, he has lost that concentration that I was talking about in the last round.
Catches it now. Nice little flurry by Camacho to get out of this 4th round. He is holding, waiting for the bell.
And waiting for referee Mills Lane to break him up.
Ven a un nuevo concepto de autonomía. Mazda MX-6 Coupé del 89. Prueba el poder de su motor multivalvular. Y sorpréndete con todo el espacio que encontrarás en este coupé deportivo. Mazda MX-6 despega a la autonomía total.
Golf se preocupa por lo mucho que cuesta mantener tu carro. Solo Golf tiene la máxima protección del filtro final. La única con 2 filtros de gasolina, uno en la bomba, el otro en la manga, para asegurar una gasolina más limpia en tu motor. Golf, calidad en acción.
Llamando a Estados Unidos, despídete de la estática. Descubre MCI. Marca sin pausa 13515, el código de área y el número deseado para claridad y mejores tarifas.
MCI 13515.
La diferencia es clara.
Middle of the ring, very anxious. Mancini comes out to start.
Bueno, es preocupante ver a Camacho con la boca abierta y si no puede conservar su velocidad característica, se puede buscar un problema con un hombre que, aún siendo fresca la pelea, podemos verlo con una autoridad tremenda en el ring, con mucha velocidad, asombrosamente bien en materia de velocidad y de aire, con su boca perfectamente cerrada. La pelea está en su primer tercio todavía, pero se ve poderoso Mancini y Camacho tendrá que conservar una buena velocidad para controlar.
Mancini, a converted southpaw himself, has power in that left hand.
And Camacho glanced a worried look into his corner. Four years ago, this was to be one of the boxing classics. And now 4 years later, we figured both fighters still with the hatred for one another, perhaps on a different level, but a competitive fight. It has been a competitive fight through this, the 5th round. And perhaps the level a little higher than we had anticipated.
Another big left hook by Mancini. It appears as though Camacho is just trying to last through these rounds. Again, spinning Mancini out away from him. Not trying to get into confrontation with Mancini, and here he comes again.
A left from Mancini scored, rattling the blonde curl of Hector Macho Camacho. There's the time in round 5. Al Albert with Sean O'Grady and Michael Marley in Reno, Nevada.
Now this is the way that Camacho is not supposed to be fighting in this fight. He's standing too flat-footed in these last 2 rounds.
And we may be detecting some blood now from the right eye of Mancini, and this is one of the keys to this fight. Mancini, who has certainly cut in the past, he has taken some beatings to the face, and Camacho certainly looking to do a dissection job on the face of Mancini. And the longer this goes, hoping that perhaps he can conclude this one untouched. Big left! Camacho teeing off.
A good 1-2 combination by Macho, and he got out of the way before any retaliation.
Crowd didn't appreciate Camacho turning sideways on Mancini. Mancini will be seeing all the angles from Macho Camacho. 10 seconds left in round number 5, scheduled for 12.
What do you do when a guy holds you like that? You hit him.
Oigan el latido del corazón de América, es el sonido que mueve América.
Celebrity, conforta al alcance de su bolsillo. Cavalier vibrará de emoción por su diseño y su precio.
Corazón que mueve América, es el Chevy de hoy.
¿Y a ti te gustó el viaje?
Y papi, me gustó mucho. Conocimos al capitán y hasta nos felicitó. Y nos dieron comida bien rica y calientita. Hasta nos regalaron alas de piloto. Todo estuvo bien nítido.
Fue un vuelo de calidad. A la altura de American.
En American,
Todo es especial.
That left eye.
Bien, amigos, la presión ha sido constante por Ray Boom Boom Mancini. Sin embargo, Héctor, el macho Camacho, ha logrado controlar a Mancini, lo ha mantenido a distancia y ha colocado muy buenos golpes en el asalto anterior. Ahora un tremendo intercambio de en el ojo izquierdo de Mancini. Continuamos con el encuentro.
Mancini loves it. It's exactly what he wants Camacho to do with it. Last fight for Mancini. Right here, a war against Livingstone Bramble, 15 rounds. His final fight before the 4-year layoff. His last win, right here, 5 years ago. 5th round knockout over Bobby Chacon. That was his 4th and final defense of the lightweight title.
Big sweeping right hand by Ray Mancini. That's the same kind of punch that Reyes Cruz landed on Camacho and knocked him down. He's bringing that right hand from the outside. There it is again, from the outside. Trying to sweep around with that right hand. And plus, that sweeping right hand, Camacho is moving to his left, so he would run into the sweeping right hand of Mancini, which makes a little bit more power.
This fight criticized by the critics when it was put together. So with that in mind, Sean, I think it is already past expectations.
It is a very exciting fight.
And now Camacho blinking with the right eye. Was he thumbed?
We could have thought it caught a thumb in there or a knuckle. These guys are fighting.
Straight right by Mancini. Camacho buckles, holds on, looks to his corner.
Clean, here we go.
Now holding the referee, Mills Lane.
These guys are fighting with the thumb-tied gloves, where your thumb is tied down to your fist.
Oh, Mancini takes the left, swept in by Camacho. Camacho is now all business. The flash is gone. He has seen enough of Mancini.
And he is showing signs of the Camacho of old. Hector Camacho, this is the way he wants to fight, and he needs to fight.
And in the picker shots, looking to wear Mancini down. And he thought Mancini would be easier pickings than this.
Very fast hands of Hector Camacho. And Ray Mancini, here he comes. Now the judges must give points for aggressiveness. There would be no fight if he didn't. Oh! Big right hand by Mancini. And another one. If it works, keep using it.
He closes the 6th round in a hurry. start of the 7th round. 6 rounds down, possibly 6 to go.
Bueno, a pesar de las embestidas de Mancini y de su bravura, Camacho con su mejor boxeo, pues tiene la ventaja siempre que los dos se aproximan. Y ocasionalmente, aunque ocasionalmente Mancini le ha conectado uno que otro golpe de contundencia. Sin embargo, Camacho se ve mucho más astuto que él, con más velocidad en las manos y con más puntería, porque Mancini es muy errático, aunque desde luego siempre resulta peligroso. La pelea está interesante, sin lugar a dudas.
Mancini again. Pressure, pressure, pressure. That's what they told him between rounds. Keep hitting the body and keep the pressure on your opponent. Camacho can't keep him off of it. And a good right hand by Mancini.
Camacho returns and returns again. Mancini steps inside.
One of the biggest assets that Mancini has had in the past has been his ability to punch in combinations. In training, I noticed he was not punching in combinations, and in this fight, he is not punching in combinations. And fighters do in the ring what they practice in the gym. He's landing the one shot. He's landing the cleanup shot, but he's not taking Camacho out with the combination.
Camacho keeping his distance. In training for this fight, worked a little more on weights to build up his upper body, figuring that he really would have to be pushing Mancini off quite a bit tonight.
Now Camacho, on the other hand, is getting the angles on his opponent, but he's not making Ray Mancini pay for it. He spins Mancini around, and then he runs away from Mancini. Instead of punching Mancini when he's got the angle on him. If you can get your angle on your opponent, you've got the upper hand. Or the upper fist, I guess I should say.
Come on, let's get back. Here we go, come on.
Mancini following Camacho around too much. Step over and cut the ring off. He's staying right at the wrong distance, too. Camacho wants to leave him out there on the end of those punches. What Mancini needs to do is get all the way in or all the way out. Ooh, the two clashed heads.
Great by Mancini. He has Camacho in the corner, and Macho holds on.
And Mancini held on, too. Mancini held on in there. He may be feeling the effects of that 4-year layoff. 2. Round number 7. Scheduled for 12.
Under 10 seconds. Mancini has come on the final seconds, the last couple of rounds.
Again, one punch.
Cuando el deseo amanece en ti, ven hasta aquí a gozar de mí. Es que es el sabor de un canto mejor para ti. Trae tus labios calor para ti. Mejor para ti, mejor para ti. Tus labios calor para ti.
Usando el 137, cualquier cosa puede pasar.
Hola, mi amor, ¿me oyes?
¿Qué está pasando aquí?
Va, que es otra vez de viaje.
Sigue en Miami.
No, si se fue.
A New
¿Cómo
York.
está New York? ¿Me oye?
Ahora prueba MCI. Marca sin pausa 13515, el código de área y el número deseado para llamadas claras y mejores tarifas.
Adiós, mi amor.
La diferencia es clara.
Years upon years, and the feud continuing. Camacho and Mancini meeting in the ring, and they go into the 8th round.
And again, you can see the light at the end of the tunnel here. You can see the 12 rounds down in the distance. It's not that far, so now Mancini must turn the heat up.
Camacho has been in and out. He's been using his defensive skills. He felt very confident he could maneuver Mancini around. Mancini, though, on one occasion, shaking Camacho. Popular opinion never felt that Mancini doubted him after the 4-year layoff, figuring that he had enough of the wars in his career, ending with the Bramble fight 4 years ago. Never felt that he would be able to extend this fight. And here we are in the 8th round. And Mancini stalking Camacho. I think Camacho's skills, though, might have him in front as they enter here in the 8th round.
Well, it's a matador against the bull. Depending on who could make the other guy do what. And there, right there, Camacho is fighting Mancini's fight.
Mancini looking to wind up.
Mancini mixing his punches up, too. He's going downstairs, and then he goes upstairs. Hits the body and the head.
Remember, Mancini says he'll end this one with a left hook, although his best punch so far tonight was a right. Here is a right.
Now, I'll show you a secret. See the two tying up. Okay, now if Mancini starts hitting the ribs of Hector Camacho underneath that arm, Camacho's not going to be tying up long. Right there he is. Look at that left hand. Now pound that rib. The left hand is there. Ray Mancini held on as much as Hector Camacho.
Camacho tonight with R-rated trunks.
Mancini doing a great job keeping the pressure on, just like his corner man Murphy Griffith told him.
Camacho. He's going to cut Mancini up in this one. And that has been his strategy. The strategy is the same tonight, Sean, as if they met 4 years ago.
That's right, and Mancini's showing the effects of those quick, lightning-fast punches from Hector Camacho. His eyes are starting to swell. He's got, it's either a cut or a small abrasion over the left.
It's been the bursts of Camacho that have been the difference. Under 15 seconds left in round number 8. Bang, bang, bang. Camacho landing with a combination. And Mancini right on top of it.
And he wisely tied.
Tienes la cara para hacerlo.
Mucho más suave, más veraz, más confiado, más audaz.
Tú tienes la cara con nueva Goodness Plus.
Nueva Goodness Plus con 2 navajas Gillette de platino y la exclusiva banda Lubra Smooth que se activa con agua para la afeitada más suave que jamás haya sentido.
Tú tienes la cara
Para la máxima suavidad.
con nueva Goodness Plus.
Golf se preocupa por lo mucho que cuesta mantener tu carro. Solo Golf tiene las gasolinas con el aditivo que tu carro necesita. Solo pagas por el octanaje que necesitas, siempre con máxima potencia. Golf te da la mejor opción. Golf, calidad en acción.
Esto solamente me pasa a mí. Mi vieja ha cogido mis maones, que son como mi pana fuerte, y les puso un pancho aquí. Los dañó. Sin cráneo. Yo me declaro en huelga.
Thought that this would go the distance. Raise your hands.
Bien, pero en el final del pasado 8º asalto, Camacho hizo lo que en cierta forma tiene que hacer, no tan solo correr, sino intercambiar golpes con Mancini, ya que si se limita simplemente a mantenerse alejado al boxeador, Mancini con la presión lo está logrando alcanzar en ocasiones y puede acumular los puntos suficientes para empatar o ganar el asalto. No solamente se puede limitar a correr, sino que hay que también intercambiar golpes.
Sí, y él tiene la capacidad ofensiva, la efectividad con sus 2 manos para de vez en cuando hacer un rally, como lo hizo hace un instante, en que cruzó con ambas manos en la cara Mancini. Él puede hacerlo sin que Mancini lo toque, porque tiene una velocidad y un cálculo exacto de la distancia. Pero está muy conservador a veces.
With southpaw, it's easy to reach your left foot out and catch their right toe. Look how close their front feet are together.
Again, Camacho glances to his corner.
But that's a little trick. If you can step on your opponent's toe and hit him at the same time, he'll visit the canvas.
Mancini bullies Camacho in the corner. Al Albert with Sean O'Grady. And Michael Marley, who will be in the ring talking to this two after the fight.
Now, there it is. There's the underneath the right rib that Mancini could have landed. His left arm was not tied up. Right there it is. As long as he's punching, referee Mills Lane will not separate the two. When he stops punching, Mills Lane steps in.
The bursts of Macho Camacho going around the left eye of Ray Mancini.
And this crowd does not like the holding on tactics that Hector Camacho is using, but let's face it, the crowd's not going to hit you.
fight game for Camacho.
You can't be concerned with the crowd. Camacho is so focused right now.
All the insults are gone. Right now, two fighters in the ring heading into the 9th round. Certainly with the respect for one another that they have not shown verbally.
All those insults are gone because they both have mouthpieces in. They can't.
Finally found something to shut Hector up, huh? Again, the short, quick burst by Camacho.
Hector will have to wear that mouthpiece for the next press conference.
Hector wants this one over so he can finally eat a meal. On a grapefruit diet, he was having 8 grapefruits for breakfast. About 200 grapefruits the last couple of weeks. This will be his last fight as a junior welterweight. He wants to go up to the welterweight division.
Cerveza, cerveza. Y que no se pierda esta espumita, que eso es filete. Fría. 2 medallas para esta reunioncita. Grande novelas, ¿ah? Y aquí va la revancha. Por esa pipa titán.
Medalla, cerveza, cerveza y nada más.
¿Eh?
Bueno, que digo yo que siempre...
¿Quién te preguntó?
Ninguno habrá. ¡Wow! Tu figura es sensacional. Me gusta tu intensidad, tu vestir, tu sensualidad.
Vestirte Madison tiene sus recompensas. Madison siempre al ritmo de la moda.
Get inside, rip away, but when you're outside, when you're throwing that long left hook,
bueno, es asombroso ver a Mancini haciendo derroche de una gran velocidad y de buenas condiciones físicas. Tiene bastante poder en sus piernas y en sus brazos. Camacho, pues, ha estado controlándolo, pero insistimos en que Camacho debía ser más ofensivo contra un hombre que es tan errático y que se abre tanto y que los golpes le penetran fácilmente. Están discutiendo el campeonato de la nueva Organización Mundial de Boxeo y este mismo organismo auspiciará 3 peleas de campeonato mundial el 18 de marzo en el Coliseo Roberto Clemente. Juan Laporte contra John Molina, Gervasio contra Mitchell y Cheito Ruiz contra Baby Rojas. Un cartel de gran envergadura el 18 de octubre en el Coliseo Roberto Clemente.
In very good condition, obviously.
well documented, the career of Mancini. Everything on guts, tremendous heart, refuses to lose.
And a big right hand by Mancini, but he did not follow it up. He's holding on as much right there as Hector Camacho. Now Camacho, what he's trying to do, he's talking to the referee right now. Talking about the head of Ray Mancini. Quit grabbing, says Mills Lane. Between rounds, Murphy Mancini told Mills Lane to make that guy quit holding.
Only one common opponent for both these fighters, Jose Luis Ramirez. 12-round victories for both Camacho and Mancini against Ramirez.
And Ramirez also a southpaw like Camacho is. Leads with the right jab. The best punch of the fight by Mancini.
Just as he visualized, Camacho brought the left down, and Mancini popped the left hook.
Camacho has sat down more in this round than earlier rounds. He's got to get back on his bicycle. He's holding on more. Referee Mills Lane is cautioning him for it. He could be showing these signs of playoff from Ray Mancini.
Popping in the right is Camacho.
Mancini digging that body. Look at that shot. Now that hurt Camacho. Look at him lean over. He's rolling in there. Mancini's got to go back to the well. Do what works. Dig that left uppercut once more.
Final seconds of the 10th, 10 down.
Oigan el latido del corazón.
Beretta, excelente ingeniería y el más avanzado estilo. Córsica, nueva experiencia en comodidad y conveniencia.
Corazón que mueve América. Este Chevy de hoy. Nada te muestra mejor. Y letra por dos.
Round number 11, 6 minutes at the most to go.
Every round, Ray Mancini has ran over to Hector Camacho's corner to meet him. This kid fights 3 minutes of every round.
Camacho's got 12 rounds 5 times. Mancini has done it 4 times. He's actually won 14 rounds on 3 occasions. The first fight against Brambo, against Arguello, and the tragic fight against Duke Kim, and a 15-rounder with Brambo.
You heard the referee punch. Your hands are free, and that's what Mancini is doing. Again, Camacho trying to hold on.
Camacho getting annoyed.
Now, Camacho is complaining about the head of Ray Mancini. Mancini got a warning from it from referee Mills Lane.
If there's an accidental headbutt and it stops the fight, it will go to the scorecard. As far as Sean O'Grady is concerned, that would help Camacho, who he feels is ahead.
What Mancini is trying to do now is he's trying to put more pressure on Hector Camacho, trying to knock him out. He senses that he's behind.
And he has 2 rounds to do it. And Mancini not close to the gas tank being empty. Great tribute in his comeback bid.
He's in great condition, and he always was. Every fight for him, he's in great condition.
He says this is a one-shot deal with Camacho. If he should be on the short end of this fight, he may still reevaluate whether he is back in the ring. Leonard, Burns, Duran, Foreman, Mancini.
If anybody is showing the effects of a long time off, it's Hector Camacho. He's holding on. Look at him again, holding on. For good reason. He's done a good job. He has not lost concentration.
Seemed to be a silly notion when this was put together. But most of the boxing experts happy to see what is developing here tonight. They know too well what these 2 men mean to the boxing game.
Another important thing, too, this is the 11th round. We're scheduled for 12. All the old-time trainers tell their fighters, hit it big that 12th round or that last round of the fight. Go out in style. Put your foot out in style. So that may be what Camacho is doing.
Seconds of round number 11. Mancini walks into one. 11 rounds.
Olga, te ves tan descansada.
Es que ese vuelo fue divino. Tú sabes lo que es que cada uno del familión tuvo su pase de abordaje por adelantado. Y eso, que pedimos asiento juntos con los niños entre medio. Nos dieron escoger entre carne y pollo en la comida. Y el trato cordial de ese personal a bordo fue algo especial.
Eso es calidad.
A la altura de American.
En American.
Todo es especial.
You got control, I've got the ice.
Oh, yeah.
This is it, the World Boxing Organization's
Bueno, yo creo que Camacho en ese momento está comprometido a hacer una gran demostración en este round que viene, porque francamente se ha ido debilitando un poco y Mancini ha mantenido el ímpetu, la agresividad. Y está en un terreno donde él es un gran ídolo. Está en Reno, Nevada, donde ha peleado muchas veces y el público lo está aclamando y eso puede ejercer alguna influencia en el criterio de los jueces. Camacho no solamente tiene que hacer una buena exhibición de boxeo y ganar ampliamente este round para ganarle a Mancini, sino que para convencer a todo el mundo de que estamos en presencia de un hombre que tiene derecho a ser campeón mundial.
After the fight has Camacho way ahead, 8 rounds to 3. Mancini in the last 3 minutes, the consensus here, got to deliver the knockout blow.
And it looks as though Hector Camacho knows that he may have this fight won. He's holding on, just trying to make it through this round.
One more time across the point.
Across the point one more time, says Mills Lane.
Good call. What happened, Hector Camacho was holding behind the head of Ray Mancini, and then he hit him.
Of feeding one another, of positioning to finally be back or be in the ring face to face. And here we are in the 12th round. It did not happen 4 years ago when both of these fighters were at their peak, but they have certainly given a good show into the 12th and final round.
Holding on, Hector Camacho. He throws a combination, ties up his opponent. There he is again.
Final minute. Does Mancini have enough? Camacho stepping in, looking to his corner.
And he senses that the bell is near. Hector Camacho does.
30 seconds left. The crowd will respond in the final seconds, down to 15.
And again, every time that Hector Camacho's back hits the ropes, he ties up. There he is.
5 seconds. And it is all said and done.
Oh, that's great. They hug each other.
Por 3 años consecutivos, esta pick-up ha sido escogida por sus dueños como la número 1 en satisfacción, confiabilidad, calidad y servicio. Por algo será que esta pick-up, la pick-up Mazda, ha sido la líder en ventas en Puerto Rico por los últimos 5 años. Era de esperarse. Es la pick-up Mazda.
Time second.
I was telling you about what a great feeling it was for that walk inside the ring.
Bien, ha finalizado el combate, sin embargo, a nuestro entender, Camacho ganó bastante cómodo, pero el problema es el siguiente, no convenció. Nuevamente, así sucedió con Reyes Cruz, ganó, no convenció. También fue contra Rick Sus, aunque logró un knockout técnico, pero tampoco convenció, no mostró mucho. En este caso estaba frente a un boxeador que ha estado retirado por 4 años, un boxeador que no tiene muchas facultades como boxeador. Sin embargo, fue a la distancia, le causó problemas a Macho Camacho. El boxeador, repetimos, boricua, ganó, pero no convenció. Entendemos, Felo, que no puede ser así frente al Chapo.
Vamos a esperar la decisión de los jueces, porque la estamos viendo nosotros, pero los jueces tienen su opinión.
Vamos a ver la decisión de los jueces.
Sí, esto es lo que tú dices, una pelea un poco incolora para Camacho. La gente acepta a Mancini porque es muy voluntarioso, es un peleador que es un fajador incesante, y peleó a un ritmo, a una velocidad fenomenal para un hombre que lleva 4 años sin ver acción en el boxeo. En realidad es asombroso. Vamos a ver qué dicen los jueces.
A split decision.
Oh, my.
Pete McDonald scores the bout 116 to 112 for Boom Boom Mancini. Doug Tucker scores the bout 115 to 113 for Hector Camacho. And Chuck Champa scores the bout 115 to 113 for the winner, Hector Camacho.
A disappointed, gracious Mancini took it to a split decision. Sigh of relief from Camacho. The pro-Mancini crowd, of course, voicing their disapproval. Camacho's prayers have been answered. He has beaten Boom Boom Mancini, and Mancini feels a hurt he prayed he'd never have to experience. Let's go into the ring now.
You guys embraced at the end of that fight. Is that a sign of respect, Ray?
Hey, we got in there, we got it over with. It's over as far as I'm concerned.
Well, all the words, it's all over.
Mutual respect. I didn't thought he was going to go that far. I thought he was going to get cut up. I thought he was going to be worse than I was going to beat him. But it was closer than it wasn't as close as I thought it would be, but he fought a great fight. He knows.
Ray, did you think you should have gotten the decision?
Oh, absolutely. I felt I pressed the fight. It wasn't pretty, but I thought I got the job done. Next time it'd be greater. If he still ain't convinced.
Like to do it again?
We'll do it again. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. If the people would pay to see it, I would love to do it.
Ray, you said it would be a one-shot comeback. Now you don't feel that way.
I never said that. I said, I'll see after the fight. You know, I never said, I won't look too far down the road. You decide what's in front of you. I won that fight in my heart. I won that fight. I think the people feel I won it, but here we go again, you know. I'll sit back, have a good vacation, sit down with my family and business associates.
Were you surprised that you fought so well? The layoff?
I was surprised I didn't do the things I was supposed to in the gym. I've been practicing in the gym. Like I said, it wasn't pretty. It just got to be a point where I was getting sloppy and ragged in there, and I didn't want to do that. But it's very quick. It's very, you know, a lot of good moves in there. And I had to just do what I could do. So I'm happy with the performance.
Please,
we'll do it again. Absolutely. And next time we'll go toe-to-toe.
All the words. Come here, Hector. One more. Hector, all the bad words, the bad blood between you guys. You want to shake hands right now?
Oh, man, we both, man.
You two guys. It's all over,
That's what I said. One last thing. I just want to say hello to a very special friend in Youngstown, Josephine Palumbo. Joe, keep fighting. We'll beat this thing.
Tremendous effort, Ray.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
I think it was going to go through this stuff again.
Back to Al and Sean down at ringside.
And the door swings wide open for Camacho Mancini.